13 matchup for you here, as it'll be the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the Cincinnati Bengals. Set to go, Evan McPherson to do the honors, and we are underway from Cincinnati. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. They'll run. Here's the rookie from Michigan. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Right away, they rack up 10 yards on their first play from scrimmage. Well, there you go. This offense off to a strong start this afternoon.
Yeah, with a big run and a first down. That's putting what you practice into play. That's excellent execution to get things started.
Hey, Jupiter.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. Ball on the 40 now. Here's a 2nd and 9. The CD, this offense at 11-0 now on the year. A few weeks ago, I remember asking you what kind of percentage chance that you thought they had at staying unbeaten the entire season. I think you said 25%. I'd imagine that number probably grown since then.
I would agree with you, and I'm going to actually bump it up to closer to 50%, only because they saw some tough games to come, and keeping that focus throughout the entire season, that's been a really difficult thing to pull off. But so far, they've done it, and they've done it well.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And that might have been a situation where even though you don't hit on the deep throw, you at least put in the defenders' minds early in the game that we're going to press the ball deep against your secondary. And that can have a ripple effect on how they function throughout.
Here we go.
Now Lawrence. He completes it to Hunter. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Now, this defense for the Bengals, they were terrific last week in the victory over Buffalo.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
Here's Lawrence. Look in the middle of the field. He's got a man complete. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. First and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. Lawrence going to throw again. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Against a team coming off a win just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
The line of scrimmage, once again, the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. Lawrence going to fire it out wide, complete. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And that will lead to a 3rd and goal. Lawrence will throw. Rifles one, that's going to be intercepted. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them and an absolute shock for the quarterback because he went into it. He saw the numbers we saw. He watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be. 11. But early in this one, advantage defense.
Not open. That's Jamar Chase complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary. Figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
Here we go.
On 1st and 10, here's Brown. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. And there defensively was Jack Jones. The Bengals at 6-5 now on the year. They were winners the last time out, so they'll be looking here to make it 2 in a row.
And when you and I watched tape preparing for this, what we saw was a team that competed hard, and they played well in all 3 phases of the game. And I think if they can carry that over to this week, they've got a really good chance to emerge victorious yet again.
Another run for Brown on 2nd down. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
11. Gun. 180.
First carry of the game for Brian Robinson. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
McPherson's kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he collects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well, and kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. And able to get this out to the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Their second drive here, the ballgame, Charles. Remember last time they threw the interception, but the defense held up a bit early but didn't break, only giving up the 3 points.
Yeah, obviously they left some points on the table here the last time out, but boy, they have to thank their defense for holding the opposition just 3 after they threw the pick. Their turn now. Back out on the field, put together a good drive, and get some points of their own.
The Jags with the football to begin the second quarter, as they're looking at a 2nd down and 9 to go.
Great job. Let's go. Hey, Cincy.
Here's Lawrence to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Two yards still to go. 3rd down now.
Red. Safe right.
Now Lawrence to throw. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
This is brought in at the 21. It's a 45-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Bengals take over 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. They currently sit one game over 500 thanks to their victory a week ago. Now, Charles, they've been really an up-and-down team all year. Do you think that they have enough to get into the playoffs?
Well, you did mention they've been up and down all year, so to me, it depends on what week you catch them. When they're at their best, I think they're definitely playoff worthy. But to me, they haven't been able to bring the intensity week in and week out, and that could be their Achilles heel.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
This one to the sideline. He's got it. A nice job to keep the feet in, but he is a bit short here of a first down. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Here we go, here we go.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And that is incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Johnson will return it. And he'll take a shot at the end of that one, and they'll begin right there.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today. So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
That one, a first down pickup of 8.
It's a gain of 8. And the Jaguars first down.
Hey, go, go.
And 8 yards.
Now Lawrence.
First down, Jaguars.
Thomas brings it in. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And the Bengals are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession in the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Big 13. Big 13.
Burrow throw. He finds his man complete. It's Morales. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. It's a gain of 35.
This defense is definitely reeling a little bit now. Back-to-back big plays given up. And you know what all defenses talk about. How do you limit that? Instead, they got hit by a 1-2 punch those last couple of plays, and now they've got their backs to the goal line.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now again, left side, Brown with it. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7.
Behind the line of scrimmage.
Second quarter, 2 minutes remain, 3-0 our score. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Here we go. Hot. 180. It's hot. Hot.
Here's Burrow. seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
He got into the end zone. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones,
he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. But wait a minute, they declined it.
Makes no sense, right? They just gave up a big yardage play, right?
And now it's going to stand.
The only thing I can think, someone is mad at their own defense.
Here we go.
And they're trying to teach them a really, really crazy lesson.
And this is incomplete.
That incompletion certainly slows things down a little bit and brings up a very important call for 2nd and long. What do you do? Run and try and get some yardage and make it 3rd manageable? Or challenge the coverage again, hoping for a bigger gain?
Here's 2nd and 10.
11. Here we go. Shot.
Robinson, he'll try the left side. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
Now Burrow. Now he's going to step up and run. And it is incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
2nd and 10.
11. Let's get set. Shot.
Running right, here's Brown. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11.
Nice job there finding room to maneuver, and he worked his way into another first down. And look, they had great field position to start, but boy, they've done a nice job taking advantage of it.
Now they're just hoping to cap it off. They go right back to the ground here in Brown. Well, they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1.
Here we go. 180. 180. Shot.
Now it's Burrow. Now he'll tuck this, and he'll take this into the end zone for Bengal TD. Joe Burrow, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Bengals will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes our score 17-0. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. A very one-sided first half. 17-0 our score as we get going in quarter number 3. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more.
Now Burrow loses the football, and the Jags grab it. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. So certainly not at all what you're looking for here to start the third quarter. A fumble on their opening drive.
Not at all. You're exactly right about that, because this had a chance to be the drive to put everything away. A touchdown here, that might have put everything out of reach for them. It definitely handed out a lifeline to the defense on that play.
16 yards that time on the pickup for the Jags and a first down.
Jaguars, first down.
30 left.
A gain of 16 yards.
Off the play fake, here's Lawrence. Oh, the RPO, he'll keep it himself. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Lawrence on the keeper.
Well, I've never seen this one. It's second down, and the punt team is out there. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. Nice work on the return as he gets about 15 yards back. And the Bengals will take over here, 1st and 10.
Here we go. Right, 80. That.
And a curious play call here, to say the least. Thought it might be a trick, but no, he actually goes down to a knee.
Here we go. That. Right, 80.
And down to a knee. That's one way to call a play. And what is going on here? I've got 3rd down. Screen shows 3rd down, but they've got the punt team out there. $35 yards that time on the punt. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
So the completion gets him just a yard, and it's 2nd down. On play action, Lawrence. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From midfield now, Lawrence. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Give him 22 there on the third down conversion. Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. But to throw again is Lawrence. And this is incomplete. Oh, that looked like a sure 6 points, but he could not get that to stick, and that is a golden opportunity wasted there. So 2nd and 10, third quarter. Thanks for tagging along with us here from the Queen City of Cincinnati. Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 14.
Let's go.
From the gun, it's Lawrence. Now he's going to step up and run. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
His impatience has to be bumbling over, trying to find a way to get his team to the end zone for the first time. He did find a way to break contain and get outside to buy his receivers a little extra time, but the connection couldn't be made on that throw.
Lawrence. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
One thing you have to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
Throwing again here, it's Lawrence. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, it's been a tough go for them. These guys have been driving down the field, but defensively, once they got their backs to the goal line, turned up the pressure, that's going to lead to a 4th down. Well played.
So that maybe not exactly what they were hoping for, but it does get them back within a couple of scores.
And at this point in the third quarter, you don't have much margin for error, and that means you can't have drives that end with nothing. Whether it's a punt, a turnover on downs, those have to go away. You have to end with a kick, either a field goal or an extra point after a touchdown.
And that one not returnable. It's over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 30-yard line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
Here we go.
This is sort of what you would call the put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
That one taken in by T. Higgins. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And now that sets up 3rd and 2.
Makes it 3rd and 2.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Gun. Stop.
Burrow looking to pass. He's got his running back out of the backfield. Still going inside the 20. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Chase Brown with touchdown number 15 on the year and 2nd of the game. And the Bengals are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter. McPherson on for the point after. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Evan McPherson to kick off for Cincinnati.
Here's McPherson now to send it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And after all those wins that they've reeled off, it seems that they finally have met their match in a big fourth quarter hole. But still, what a run it's been. It feels like they have not lost it forever. Now a 2nd and 10. Looking to throw, Lawrence. And that is caught downfield by Thomas. Touchdown, Jaguars. Brian Thomas, 64 yards. And the Jaguars are finally into the end zone here in this fourth quarter. Extra point splits the uprights. And that cuts the lead to 24-10. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And this one over the back line of the end zone. Well, they definitely don't want to give him a shot at returning it. That's obvious. So the ball will come out to the 30. The Bengals drive about to get going. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Here we go. What?
Now it's Burrow. He finds his man complete. That's Morales. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down.
But when you're up by 2 scores in the fourth quarter and you're going to throw the football, expect to see a lot of man coverage because usually what comes along with man coverage is pressure. So if you're a play caller and you want to keep throwing the football, that's fine. Just make sure your offensive line understands they're going to get additional guys running at the quarterback.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Right, 80. What is that?
They're passing here. Joe Burrow. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go. Right, 80.
From the gun again to Brown. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments.
11.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Burrow. He will find his man Chase complete. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Jamar Chase, 32 yards. And the Bengals are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead. And McPherson on for the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points.
Jaguars 10. Evan McPherson to kick off
after the touchdown. McPherson on to kick this one away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And certainly starting to appear that they might finally be about to suffer that first loss of the season. What a heck of a run through 3 months, though, but they trail big here. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
Gun.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. Oh, that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Here's Lawrence. The pass caught by his running back, Nick Chubb. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Now Lawrence. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he wisely will throw that one away.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Lawrence will throw. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
They'll look to throw again. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. I think this is what this game's become now. You just go deep, see if we can get something to go our way.
Yeah, not the most creative or most inventive play call there, but not much has worked for them throughout this game. They're almost at a loss about what to dial up.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And that will force a turnover on downs. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Been a very strong performance for them really on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs the most recent example, and now obviously they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
On 1, ready? Here we go.
Back to throw now on first down. Connecting on the out route here with Higgins. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Same exact result as last play, a pickup of 11.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did. I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. He wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Now a 2nd and 6.
Here we go. Right 80.
Again, it's Robinson. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described. Manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage. They are powering through, and they're controlling this game.
Here we go, here we go. Right 80. Right shot. Stop.
Here's a give to Brown. Shifts past him at the 45. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Another run for Brown on second down. Gets through, and now an opening. He's still on his feet. 78 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. Starting to look like this drive may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and mini camps. For these situations, these scenarios, to run someone into the ground and secure a victory.
Gun. Got. Right 80. Right shot.
Now flags, and we're going to get a delay of game. Penalty accepted, and that pushes him back 5.
Let's get set. Big 13. Big 13. Dot.
And they will take a knee here. So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And when you break it down, this was just a thoroughly dominating performance.
And I truly thought that we'd have a tight game coming into this. I think you felt the same way based on our conversation after the production meeting. But obviously not the case. And how about just how it broke open? You just all of a sudden, whoosh, there it is. This thing is pretty much done. And the crowd stayed with it to celebrate because they're like,